In Arizona, everywhere I stand is that enchanting desert wonderland. The trail is winding where I love to go. In Arizona.
The Grand Canyon of the Colorado, a titanic gash across the state of Arizona, never ceases to be an overwhelming spectacle, a pageant of ghastly desolation. John Burroughs, poet and naturalist, called it the divine abyss, the climax of all handicraft by nature's majestic forces. Within a stone's throw of the rim, guests at a modern hotel are reminded that this was an unconquered wilderness, unknown except to the daring pioneers and explorers only a few decades ago. Even the youngest descendant of ancient tribes knows the buffalo dance, a ceremonial with meanings only the Indians can understand. It is said that they believe the measured beat of the tom-tom may someday bring back the fabulous times when enormous herds of buffalo roamed the surrounding wilderness. From the lookout, the spellbound visitor wonders what must have been the thoughts of Spanish explorers from Mexico 400 years ago, when first they gazed upon this stupendous scene. It is said that they came upon it so suddenly, so unexpectedly, that they almost marched into the mile-deep chasm. It is as though the world had suddenly dropped away, leaving a few survivors clinging on the very edge and awed to silence by the brooding wonder. Early in the morning, sturdy mules are provided for those who wish to experience the thrill of a trip into the canyon. For these animals are safe on the steep and narrow trails and never falter.
Where the sun just misses the treetops, as along the trail you ride, where the ramparts of snow melt to rapids below, across the great divide, where a cloud seems to touch you in passing, where the pines stretch far and wide.
Now along the Bright Angel Trail, actually within the canyon, its millions of years of history become more apparent. Those who pause to contemplate the phenomenon are amazed when they learn that impressions of seashells have been found in the rocks, and even footprints of prehistoric animals. Years of exploration would be required to become even partially acquainted with all the canyon's strange characteristics, such as the broad plateaus mysteriously remaining within the depths, though all around are deeper chasms and towering peaks. The trail crosses an almost level area 3,000 feet below the rim. Here, the silent and taciturn guide rides on, suggesting the old saying that familiarity breeds contempt, even of nature's wonders. But it is just as reasonable to say that he is wise in allowing the canyon to speak for itself. It was John Muir who said, "It seems a gigantic statement for even nature to make in one mighty stone word." The pack train is now starting the ascent of that part of the Bright Angel Trail known as Jacob's Ladder. It traverses a gigantic fault where vast sections of the rock slipped in some ancient upheaval and left this passage upward. Distances are deceptive from many points, where the other side of the canyon may be 10 miles away. Every view holds a new experience, a new and ever-changing picture revised completely as light and shadow paint the scene. Soon the trail along the rim is reached, and other features of this great national park distract attention momentarily from the grandeur of the scenery. Much wildlife abounds in this area, and though the casual visitor seldom sees anything except deer, these usually timorous animals stay close to camps and hotels where safety is assured, as well as frequent and tasty gifts. They trustfully approach the visitor, offering something to eat with more assurance than a skittish calf in a barnyard. And indeed, they are much less wild. Such a rest from the staggering views across the mighty chasm seemed to renew the ability to grasp the ever-changing spectacle. For here it is said one can see farther and see less than at any place on earth, which simply means that there is too much to absorb. It is like trying to see thousands of great paintings in a single day. For here is a canyon a mile deep, from 8 to 20 miles in width, filled with gigantic mountain peaks, all fashioned in such lovely symmetry as to make them seem like great masterpieces of architecture. People speak in hushed tones when gazing upon this scene. Its effect is to make one feel his insignificance in the face of all this evidence of mighty forces. Beyond this parapet, there is a breathtaking void, the beginning of infinity. Throughout the canyon's length of 217 miles flows the Colorado River, which cut this entire chasm and will gradually deepen it another 2,000 feet before reaching sea level. Then the processes of erosion will cease, but it will be not thousands of years, but thousands of centuries before this can happen. Students of geology have estimated that the forces of erosion have been at this stupendous task for 8 million years. All along the rim, from one vantage point to another, there are thousands of vistas, different impressions, until the changing aspects of the world's greatest wonder dismay the traveler who comes here expecting to see all the frightful immensity of this phenomenon in a few days. Years would be required to really see the Grand Canyon, and one lifetime scarcely would be adequate. Colorado River, deep in the canyon, appears like a narrow, twisted ribbon, and the surrounding country is seen for what it is, a remote desert area with regions never yet explored, with mountain peaks never yet scaled by man. The mantle of night begins to fall and lends a new mystery to the scene. It inspired John Greenleaf Whittier to write, "Touched by a light that hath no name, a glory never sung. Aloft on sky and mountain wall, our God's great pictures hung."